Fantastic. Welcome to the live stream today. And my question is, who would ever buy a painting of a homeless man pooping? I have no clue. But here I am. I'm doing it. Why would I do it? What compelled me to make this painting? I wish I had a really good answer. I spoke about it a lot on my last piece. But you know what? I feel like it's a group of people that would never really be into painting because who would spend their time painting something like this? I don't know, other than myself. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and just make it happen. I'm going to make it work. So here we go. Let's go. We're going to get started here in a moment. I did send an invite to Omizu to have him jump in at some point, but right now I'm going to see real quick. Get my paint supplies open. I got a little distracted here a moment ago. But we're gonna get started. That is a question though. Who would want to buy a painting like this? I don't know. But sometimes, I feel like I have to create a painting not for someone or not to have it uh hung up in a gallery somewhere. Sometimes I just want to paint it just to paint. And you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna keep this. Honestly, I don't like the aesthetic of this painting right now, but maybe that's the way it should feel, just this like barren, flat painting, and it just features these two characters, pretty much the same character doing these things. So, Musa, I did send you a invite if you want to join. If you don't, I understand. It's all good. I know if you have not put on your makeup and done your hair to be camera ready and all that, I totally understand. I'm just kidding. I know you probably don't wear makeup and you probably don't need to fix your hair. More of a close-up on a poon. So what was I about to do? Oh yeah, I have to do an update to this live stream. I sent it to you on Instagram, by the way, Omizu. But let me see. Let's go. I'm gonna post something here. We're gonna share a product here that helped me learn how to paint, and it might be a little bit different than what most people think, but this is I'm about to share an Audible Plus free trial membership. So that's what I'm sharing right now. That's what's being pinned up right now. And I want to say it might seem kind of weird, almost unbelievable that you can learn art by listening to an audiobooks. Might sound outrageous, but I really stand by Audible when I say, and by the way, I do earn a commission if you purchase that free trial, if you get that free trial. But what I want to say is that Audible has been a great way to learn about art, not because it actually teaches me the technical skills or the trends or any of those things, although it doesn't really teach you like the technical skills of how to paint. But what it does, the Audible, these amazing books that are on Audible, including books on art history, art theory, art philosophy, artist biography, all of those amazing books provide some insight into the minds of well-known and reputable artists. And I think that's where the power comes from. If you get into the mindset of somebody who you admire, whether it be in a biography or a history book that like shares an external insight of that person, you can learn so much. You can really learn so much, and let that be a way to inspire yourself and carry yourself into the beyond. And by the beyond, I mean the next level in your creative life. So yes, that's what we got. That's what I got. That's my pitch for Amazon Audible. So, you know, ultimately it's up to all of you to take matters into your own hands, right? You got to pursue your own excellence. That's what we're pursuing. My excellence, all of my money spent on Audible books and art education and lessons and paint supplies have all come down to this: the painting of a homeless man pooing on the side of on a sidewalk. Can you imagine that? What is the message I'm sending to people? How outrageous is this? Who would do something so obscene, so disgusting, so ridiculous other than a live streaming artist? Like, my parents would be so unproud right now if they saw my live stream. It's like, we raised you. We wanted you to do big things like become a doctor, and here you are drawing homeless people pooping on a sidewalk. What did we do to what did we do to um to have such shame upon our family? And to that I have no answer, honestly. I have no answer. This is just something I felt compelled to do, right? This is just something I felt compelled to do. Maybe I'm trying to share a message. I did have a lot of really great explanations yesterday, but things change, and today I have something different to say. I have something different to say. That is the nature of humans, which is why I think Threads is an awesome social media platform. If you're not on it already, I feel like Threads as a algorithm changes on a daily basis. With every single post you do, every single interact, it pretty much is live. Live changes. Like if 1 second on Instagram you're asking about a cooking recipe, within the hour you'll start seeing cooking recipes. If you and then an hour, and then next, if you're looking up how to paint, it's going to send you how to paint an artist. And if you start looking up ways to knock it out of the park for a job interview, you're going to start finding advice for job interviews. That's how amazing it is. But Omizu says, have a text message spelled out and poo across the side. Yes. Okay, so what are we going to do? Let's just add some painting here. Omizu's got ideas. I don't know if I'm ready for those ideas right now. Maybe later. Maybe later if we progress in this painting a little bit further. Have a little progress I want to make right now before we get too far. And let's look for a yellow ochre. I want to lay down some yellow ochre here. And I want to do a nice brush over. Keep it simple. Yeah, it is really simple right now. This painting is really simple. And I don't know. I don't really know like what to. I think it's like too simple. It almost feels like I should have just done this on on like MS Paint and called it a day. But instead I spent, $100 worth of paint supplies on this. Paint supplies really do start to add up, people. $100 worth of paint supplies and probably a lot of manual effort or thinking effort to come up with this. But that is the question today. Why would anyone ever paint something like this? Is it just totally a waste of money? Am I going to post this on Reddit? That's a great question. Maybe. I totally forgot to post it on Reddit, but I think I might do that now that you're mentioning it. So I'm gonna grab some yellow ochre here, mix it in with some of my oil, grab some white, grab some yellow ochre, and I want to find like this, like a nice blend of this orange, or just give it like this color here, allowing the orange to shine through, but still just kind of muting this color down a little. It's a little too bright, I think. But that's a great idea. I definitely will post it on Reddit at some point. So I used my oil to thin out the medium a little bit and to make this color a little bit more spreadable. You know, Reddit is definitely a place where this kind of painting would catch on, honestly. The one positive thing I think about Reddit is I do feel like Reddit is a place where homeless people can have a voice. Um, you know, I don't usually like Reddit because I like to know who, I'm talking to. I like to know who I'm having a conversation with. And honestly, quite frankly, there could be anybody. It could be anybody. It could be someone troll, a scammer, it could be all sorts of things. And, when everything is equal and anonymous, I think it really leaves room for people who may not usually have their opinion recognized, aka homeless people or unhoused people. They do have their thoughts heard and recognized. So now that we're talking about it, yes, I will share this on Reddit. That is something that I plan to do. But in the meantime, just adding some new color variety into this section right here. Now, one way to make something more interesting is just to add more color to it, or more color texture on the surface of what you're painting. And honestly, I'm enjoying this process. I enjoy this process of simply laying down the color. This is in itself a relieving part of the work. A calming, a mentally stimulating part of the work of making artwork. So here we go. This is fun. This is always fun. We're gonna go up, keep some space around, and then keep this. I think this is just making the wall brighter, but that's cool. That's fine with me. It's all right to make this wall a little bit brighter. Let me dip this in a little bit more oil. I grab this oil so that I can improve the spreadability of this paint. And let me see, we're just going to keep painting this. What is this painting about? It's exactly what I said it was. That's exactly what it's about. And here we go, going around, just laying these colors down. getting it nice into the wall here, spreading it all our yellow ochre into the wall, and eventually we'll do a different painting. We'll work on a different painting. This isn't what we're going to work on this entire stream, depending on how the night progresses. You know, at some point I may get tired. I'm like, you know what? Let me do something else. Let me go watch some TV or something until I'm ready, or read a book. I like reading books lately. I like listening to my Audible books, which, by the way, I'll probably repeat this a few times, but there is a free trial right now to Amazon Audible, a free trial membership to Amazon Audible. Now, why would you want a trial membership to Amazon Audible? So I have this membership where I get like 2 credits a month, which lets you, purchase books on a credit, and which is great. So you basically get these books and you can listen to them and you have them in your library. And I've been on, for the past few years, I've pretty much been on an art book binge where I listen to art books like for whenever I get the chance. And it's those art books that give me like a lowdown on art history and biographies of artists, especially Dear Theo, which is Vincent van Gogh's letters to his brother. Vincent van Gogh's letters to his brother is probably one of the most insightful art listenings you can possibly listen to on Audible, because what is more insightful, a biography written about somebody or personal letters written for someone's brothers that totally reveal all of your deepest thoughts without holding back. You can't really find that in too many biographies. So thankful for Vincent van Gogh and his brother Theo for having the vision to do that, right? Like Theo, as he received Vincent van Gogh's letters, he could have just thrown them in the trash afterwards, or filed them away somewhere that no one would ever find. But Theo, actually being the art gallerist that he was, the art dealer that he was, he thought, hey, let me preserve all of Vincent's letters. Let me save them. Let me save them, because I don't know if he thought they would be worth anything, but he definitely did a good job of preserving them. Regardless of what his intention was, he did it. And because of that, we have letters from Vincent van Gogh that we can listen to, that we can read, that we can hear, and get into the mind of the guy, which I think is great if you're like an art student, or if you really, 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 really just like Vincent van Gogh. But even more so, if you're an art student, I think every art student should listen to the letters of Vincent van Gogh, or the letters of any artist that you like. However, I think Vincent van Gogh was the most prolific writer. Oh, hey, how you doing? Hold on, I'm gonna have to put everybody on mute. Yeah, come on in. Yeah. We'll put everybody on mute right now, and because I have a guest. All right, we're getting the mic back on. Sorry if that was alarming, me speaking. But we're continuing on with this painting. I believe I've come up with a name. I'm thinking it's going to be called I Know Why the Homeless Man Poops on Hollywood Boulevard. Or I Know Why the Homeless Man Poops on Sunset Boulevard. I think Sunset Boulevard might be more accurate. I know why the homeless man poops on Sunset Boulevard. Or maybe it's going to be I understand why the homeless man poops on Sunset Boulevard. But let's go grab yellow ochre here. Think so? I feel okay. Let's go like this.
People that think such takes fun to that is a belief in her claws that might be a nutritional deficiency.
Okay.
So, all right. On to the- After the air out, like stuff.
Are you going to cook again?
Well, I'm gonna put potatoes.
Ah, okay, cool.
Scott. See it?
Nope.
Scott. Come on. Scott. 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 She said 9 kittens so far.
Wow. Like she said, this was their first batch.
Hi, Nicolette, it's Kathleen. I just found the plastic bag that put round fruit balls in. I am so sorry. That's it. Put it into the other bag. I'm sorry. This is something else. And then find it all the time. Okay, take care. Bye.
Ever want to spice up the painting? You need to add lines. You can add lines. Anytime you add some sort of lines into your painting, automatically spices it up. And I'm trying to think right now what I can do. Excuse me. Oof.
You okay with eating dinner early?
Yeah. Can't look at me like that when I'm trying to paint and calculate what you're saying at the same time.
Good. Your whole brain. Or wake up and or fall asleep. Sleeping.
You know what I should do? I should just make this a nice black box. Nice black cube on this wall. What is the meaning of this? These boxes, these cubes? I don't know. Hmm. You know what I should do? I should try to cut one of these and make it flat. That'd be good. That'd be a good idea. And then when you lay it down, I guess creates a less of a round shape. What do I want to do? I just use the flat brush. This one. Use a nice dry brush. Just go like this. We're gonna try to separate some of these using our bronze metal. Our bronze metal scraper right now. just to help separate some of this brush, and we're just gonna try to work with this brush. And the goal is to just use this dry brush and create like a scraped effect.
Yes. Yes. Okay, that sounds good. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm fine. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Excuse me. You know what I also want to do? I want to leave a little bit of a trail. I want to let it drip off the page. That's what I want to do. So what I need is some yellow. Let's use our Hansa yellow medium. I don't really know exactly what Hansa is. Alexa, what is the definition of Hansa? Hansa.
Encyclopedia.org. The Hanseatic League, also known as the Hansa, was an alliance of trade unions that established and maintained a trade monopoly along the coast of Northern Europe, from the Baltic to the North Sea, during the late Middle Ages and early modern period, circa 13th-17th centuries.
What's a Hansa?
I don't know. It's some civilization or something.
Blah, blah, blah.
Almost done here. You take a break after this. Reset my brain. Have to paint something like this. So what do we do about this? I want to let some of this yellow and this white just drip. Let these colors just drip. This yellow, this white. Maybe a little bit of a hint of red here. What I do is I put it all onto this brush. A little bit of brown. Let's grab some brown here. And we're just gonna let this color drip here.
All right, I'm gonna go. Back to the
Drip a bit more. Some more drippage. Just let it go into a pool. Going all this side of the road. Grab some white. We try to let this white drip just to change the color a little bit. Want to add a little bit more detail, color detail. As disgusting as that sounds, let's just let the drip do its work. Let it drip, drip. Why aren't you dripping? Do some drip. Why don't you? Paint drip. Why is the paint not dripping? Drip, why don't you? Drip, 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 drip. There we go. All right. I guess I will put my signature. Where should I put my signature? I think this painting's done. Should I add words? All right, so this is our message. We have a message for today. I think sometimes, I haven't really formulated the message, like whether it's to help the homeless or, to have greater understanding for them, or, I don't know exactly what I want to speak of besides this visually gross painting. I don't, I wish I had like a great story. I mean, besides the fact that I've actually seen this on the street, I don't know exactly what I want the outcome of this painting to be as far as what it means for the city of Los Angeles, or, the people that are sleeping on the street, or, the people that are pooping on the sidewalks. Like, I don't really know what the idea, what this would really communicate, but it's something. So it's going to have an effect on somebody. So let's post it and see how it goes. But you know what? I forgot my signature. And you know what? Just for entertainment's sake, yeah, do my signature. I'm gonna pull out some of this color and do my signature. Let's see. We're gonna grab some of this color right here. Go. And there we have it. I know why the homeless man S word on Hollywood Boulevard. So those of you that are here, we'll probably work on something less gross, less atrocious, less horrible and disgusting and ugly later. But for now, this is what we got. So those of you that were here, you know, wish we could share only happy thoughts and things, but I think some stories need to be told. So have a great day, everyone. Take care.